Hey, is this thing on? Oh, I had some issues with this camera. It kept telling me that the internal memory was full and it won't record on the auxiliary cards I've got in it. This is the big Canon. Oh, baby crank. I haven't fired this thing up in about a month. That was one pump. Radio down. Give this thing a second to warm up. And we gets to go. We're down just a hair. Got an Eastwood catalog in the mail today. Lots of automotive paints and sanding and bodywork stuff, and nothing that I'm ready for at this time. Showing how to refinish and powder coat valve covers, sandblasting containers, and vessels and cabinets, and grinders and polishers. And are you running rough? Picked up a little bit of a shimmy. Hopefully it's just something a little wet or corrosion on something. And she's smoothing out now. So we're heading out to the brother's place to go play with the Jimmy. Forgot that I got that wire harness in here. That's going to go on today. New overflow bottle. Well, it's not. Okay, we're not running right. We're not running on all cylinders. That ain't good. Now we're going normal. That was a little odd. So it's been sitting for a month. We've had some rain. Hopefully, maybe got a little corrosion under the rotor cap. It's not doing it again, thankfully. Gotta get some of this pollen off the windshield for you. Yeah, it's never done that before. I think we're just gonna go ahead and cruise with it, and hopefully she's all right. Got full tank on this side. I think the right side is empty, although it's showing full with the switches. Oh, there we go. No, left side is showing just about empty. Maybe that was part of it. Maybe she got some air in the fuel line. Let's go put some fuel in the left side tank. Yeah, it's almost down to empty. Right side is full, so let's go fill up the left tank. That was probably what it was. Brakes aren't squeaking, so we don't have too much rust on the drums. $88,389.35 miles on the old 84 Chevrolet. This windshield needs a clean too. Maybe we'll do that if we can find a scrubber at the gas station. Beautiful spring day, some big puffy clouds floating by. It's about 60 degrees. A little cool when the sun goes behind the clouds. Definitely tell that tank is empty, it squeaks. Get back in there and double check the positioning of the anti-squeak strips that I put in. We're going to go across the highway and hit that gas station. We can get through the intersection here with all the traffic. This guy is going to block. Yep, we got her. Actually, I'm going this way. Too much traffic. This is going to be a roundabout here in the next year or so. Really looking forward to that. So, where can we get to the left side? So I'm going to have to back in. This guy's backing around. He's trying to cut around me. Okay. Let's go fuel this thing up. Back in a moment. Alrighty. $3.59 a gallon. We put in 15.420 gallons for a total of $55.50. And we pulled in just in the nick of time. This place filled up fast. People are fighting over gas pumps now. Let's go to the right. We're going to take us down around the lake. We'll drop down through Machias. Take a nice little cruise. Like a vidya for these guys. Jump on it, you can have it. The trees are leafing out. Flowers are starting to flower. We just drove past Bell's Vet on the left, just before the gas station there on the Safeway station. She is doing very well. Still has the cone on. She goes back in this Wednesday. Today's Saturday. So this coming Wednesday for a final follow-up to pull the last sutures out. The vet said, yeah, you could do that yourself. And I thought, nah, it's not my thing. I'll let them take a look at her just to make sure. But the main wound where the drain tube was installed, it was all scabbed over and just about healed up. And then the puncture mark, they still got sutures in that. She's eating, she's drinking, she's playing, she's talking, she's pooping. She wants to go outside, but I'm not letting her out with the cone on. This place on the right's been for sale for quite a while now. I think I looked it up once. They're asking over $1 million for it. Yeah, I haven't driven this truck in several weeks. It's been cold, wet, no need for it. Haven't really been out doing much. Haven't been out to the Jimmy. Well, since the last video about it. I don't remember when I put that up, but it's been several weeks. Kevin's been working boatloads of overtime. bags of shrubbery clippings in the back I'm going to drop off for wherever he's getting his next burn pile put together. Tacked that evergreen that's on the corner, on the front of the house there, on the corner of the garage. It was getting a little overpowering, so I went in and hand trimmed that thing and actually went into the bush and got whole branches out, trying to trim it back. Hopefully today, get some progress on the Jimmy, and doubt we'll be firing it. We're just not to that phase yet. If I remember correctly, we need to still wire up the starter, which what we do, just a few wires, just got to figure out routing. Got this wiring light harness that I pulled off that Suburban in the junkyard a few weeks ago. I want to get that in. That'll get the wiring done, essentially. I need to make a bendy tube part for the exhaust where the catalytic converter would go. I cannot find a direct replacement catalytic converter for this truck. I'm not going to go buy a used one. It's just going to be junk. Issue I'm having with it is it's got an offset, so it's not a straight through pipe, and the offset is angled. But I don't know the angle. I did find a couple of places that sold angled pipe, 15, 30, 60 degree, stuff like that. I guess it would be a 60 degree, but 45s. But I don't know the angle. Try to make something ourselves. I bought a couple of pieces of stuff from the auto parts store, kind of a thin wall, cheap tubing, but get it up and running. That Y pipe where the two left and right side, where they come together, essentially it's almost a straight T, which is lousy for exhaust flow on these trucks. So I bought a collector that goes down there that allows things to transition a little smoother to help with the flow. And once I get the truck running and driving, probably when I get ready to put a set of shorty headers on it, I'll take it up to the muffler shop and have them weld that little collector in. And maybe have a proper pipe made where the cat would go. Yeah, this project got a little out of hand. Just about double what my budget was going to be for it. Time constraints. Definitely a ton of work. But it'll be nice to get the truck up and rolling. Start doing more cosmetic stuff to it. Once it is back and running and driving and seems to be reliable, then I'm going to take this thing out of service and start attacking some maintenance and cosmetic issues on this beast. I got my new carpet. It's the right color. I got my headliner. It's the right color. I already have the seat upholstery. Figure out what I want to do to get that redone. Hopefully be able to do that myself. And then it needs a little bit of front end work. I need to go through the bearings on this thing. The hubs and all that need to be greased up, cleaned out. I've had this truck since, I think it's 2004. So I've had this truck 15 years and I've never done anything with the bearings. So it's about time to get in there. I know when I got the truck from Grandpa, he had me take it up to his mechanic. Gave it a good tune-up, serviced everything, changed all the fluids. And it's been a damn good truck. It was for him, and it's been for me. Of course, part of that is 1984 model year, and it's got 88,394 miles on it. Those are original. Once in a while I get somebody complaining, there's no way that's got that low of miles on it. Well, it does. Been in the family since new, and I'm the second owner on it. Picture there on the right, the old barn, and the dandelions in the field. The Ford Tempo in the driveway. '89, '90, 4-door, 1-ton, dually. Cents more a gallon out here for fuel. Crossing the mighty Bilchuck. I believe that's what this river is. Yeah, Bilchuck River. We made it through the metropolis that is Machias, over Dubuque Creek. I guess technically this is still considered Machias. Hay for sale. Eastern Washington hay for sale. Dude that used to live kind of across the street from me, next door to the crazy woman's house. Had the Harley, always had a bunch of old Fords out front and whatnot. He lives out here somewhere now. Big black Dodge right in my back bumper. This 37 and a 35 is not fast enough. We'll coast it up to 40. Yeah, I figured a little bit different update video for you. Drive out to the country. See how things are looking this spring in this neck of the woods. Something other than just driving to work on the freeway. I'm getting a lot of hits on the cruise videos here lately. A lot of them are negative. A lot of people saying, stay away from the cruise, they're garbage, I had this problem, that problem. I've had nothing but good luck with mine. Drove it down to the folks' place last weekend for Easter. I got 45 miles to the gallon out of that thing. I didn't take the freeway. I went down the back roads. Through the twisty parts. This would be a perfect truck if this got 45 miles to the gallon. It could still haul and tow everything I put behind it like I do. The few times I do haul and tow with it. Instead, it gets about 10 and a half. Yeah, that, what was it, 15 gallons I put into it in the left tank. The right tank was already full. It's down a couple of gallons from driving it. That'll get me through several weekends before I have to put gas in this thing again. Later this year, should do another oil change on this thing too. Probably just do oil. I'm not going to worry about the filters since I've got 2 filters on it. I don't put a ton of miles on this thing. The breeze is blowing today. I was looking at the weather forecast. It's supposed to be partly sunny today. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunny, a few degrees warmer. But our evenings are still down in the mid-30s. Just above freezing. Just even saw a couple of 34-degree temperatures. So we must be getting some Canadian air blown down. There was a neat article in the news the other day talking about Seattle pollution and how we have one of the worst air quality outputs in the nation, I think it was. And then it went on to say that, yeah, part of that's because of all the Canadian wildfires last year that blew all the smoke down this way. Yeah, well, that'll do it. They're also saying that it's going to kind of be the new normal. The way the temperatures and climate is changing and things are drying out, less snowpack and rainfall in certain areas. A lot of those drier areas are going to burn more. At least until the vegetation changes. Plant sale at the church. Don't tell Mom. Can you believe that it's almost May? Today is the 27th of April. We're almost halfway through this year. Where the AG double hockey sticks has the time gone? Like just a few weeks ago we were dealing with all that snow and getting around in the slush and the ice, people whining and crying about the weather. As I could have pulled off the shoulder a little bit more, but it's an abandoned car. Hood was popped, no front tires. The old dump and run. I lost my Dodge tailgater, now I got a Ford tailgater back there. Turned off. Oh, excuse me. Went to bed too late last night. Got home, started tinkering around with stuff. Next thing I know, it was after 3 a.m. And I laid down and read for a while, so it was probably 4 o'clock by the time I turned the lights off. I've gotten into fountain pens. I bought a few of them. Cycle through them at work. A couple of really, really nice ones. Several really, really cheap ones that are still good pens. Got a few bottles of ink. It's kind of a neat little side hobby. Do a ton of writing, but I've always liked a nice pen that puts out good ink. Never been a big ballpoint pen fan. So I used to use just I think it's a Pilot, a little gel ink, nice little pen. But a buddy of mine writes pretty much exclusively with fountain pens. When my aunt passed away, everything that wasn't, I don't want to say willed, but essentially willed to somebody, we got all together, and the whole family got together and took what we wanted as remembrances or things that we could use, and then everything else went to the donation store. And she had tons of ballpoints and whatnot. There was one pen in there, real nice heavy pen, turned metal, gold accents on it and whatnot, and I took it. And it's a roller ball, not a ballpoint, but it was a roller ball pen. A company called Pelican with a K. I went and did a little research on them, and they're a very well-known precision pen company. So I ordered up an insert for it. Because what was in the pen was dry, and it writes really nice. And I took it to work, and I was talking to my buddy about it. I knew he wrote with fountain pens before this, but got to talking. He said he'd heard of that company. They make fountain pens and all this. He gave me a couple of websites to go check out. Next thing you know, I bought a couple fountain pens. Pelican fountain pens are expensive. Standing right on the side, blind corner. But yeah, it's still a very nice pen. I enjoy writing with it. I cycle it through into work every once in a while. I do. I've got a spiral notebook, full-size notebook. That's my brain every day. Everything that goes on, I write down in that notebook. Every day I put the day and the date, what day of the build cycle it is. Write all my pre-scheduled meetings on there. And then any questions that come up or any research that I have to do, I make notes on it. Usually follow everything up with an email as well. So I do a bit of writing. Okay, I never liked this intersection. I was worried about like that. The guy come whipping around the corner. Somebody decides to be an idiot and go really fast. Clear left, clear right, hit the throttle. You got this bozo that's lost. Crank her back up to 40 and a 35. You know, I keep hearing that Snohomish County has passed a resolution that you can drive side-by-sides and UTVs on these roads. Anything 35 mile an hour and less. But I cannot find anything in the Snohomish County website or on their any information through the Snohomish County sites about that. There's only a certain stretch between what is it, Monroe and Gold Bar, I think it is, where you can use a few roads. Several people come up and say, oh yeah, it's legal now. Well, show me where it says that. Because if that's the case, I will drive the Polaris out here. It's licensed. You should probably throw some insurance on it just for good measure. And if I put a full windscreen on the front of that thing, I won't need a helmet. Actually, I don't. If I read it correctly, you don't need a helmet if it's got a roll cage. I'll take a helmet with me. But if I'm just running out here for like today to work on the Jimmy, I can throw my toolbox in the back. I can zip the Polaris out here. It'll be a whole lot easier on fuel. Now, of course, those tires that I have on it are not. They won't last on the road. But if they legalize it, I'm not against buying another set of wheels and putting a road tire on that thing. Or if I get a set of 15-inch wheels on there and some lower profile, just a street tire. Or maybe even a smaller BF Goodrich or something. I don't think they make them that small. I'm trying to remember. I got, what, 26-inch tires on that thing? 25? So, I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But I've been digging around trying to find out where it says that it is legal to drive on here, and I can't find anything. I know during the snowstorms, I went to Target, and there was some dude who drove his side-by-side, his big 4-passenger UTV. Or it's just a side-by-side, not a UTV. And he drove it into Target. But I think that would be kind of cool. Because as you've seen, every road that I've driven to get out here has been 35 mile an hour or less. Now there is, what's that, 204? Is that the one that goes out to Granite Falls? The main highway, that's 55 mile an hour, so obviously you can't drive them on that. But this is all back roads. So I'm going to continue looking and continue talking to people and see what I can dig up on that. Last year, I went and got the actual, I registered it, and I got the license plate for it. It doesn't have the little decals on the off-road decals anymore. It's got a small license plate like you run on a motorcycle. Now, I would have to put a turn signal kit on it and a horn. I have a horn. I've got a little beep beep, Roadrunner style horn. Alrighty, around this bend. Watch the truck behind me here. Got a different Ford behind me, but he's been driving a lot better. Both trucks that were tailgating me were lifted. The guy behind me is running his Super Duty. That's a diesel, regular cab, long box. Got a headache rack in it, but it's not lifted. He drives it normal. So what is it with idiots and lifted trucks driving like morons? You put bigger tires, raise the center of gravity, that does not mean you can drive it like a Ferrari. Your braking is increased, your handling is diminished. Not that big giant four-wheel drive, diesel-powered, even gas-powered full-size trucks are notorious for handling anyway. So I have no idea what time it is. It's a weekend and I don't wear a watch on the weekends. And this truck doesn't have a clock in it. So hopefully we'll get a couple hours of daylight out here. Well, there's Little Miss. She's coming over now. Okay, let's break into this place. Follow me. Alright, looks like Kevin's working on his 82. Your dog back to you. Yay, truck stuff. Alrighty, here we are. Through the yard, bouncy, Jimmy and Oldsmobile. Creaky. End of video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.